Hello friends, and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're making cornbread stuffing. So to start off with, we're going to have at least a medium to large onion, which has been chopped up and cut into small pieces, which we're going to add 6 tablespoons of melted butter to. Now we're going to set this to the side and come back to it in a minute. And at this point, we are going to cut up a pan of cornbread, which this was made in a medium to large pan, so you can see about how much is here. If you do not have cornbread, I do have a video on how to make cornbread on my channel, so I will put a link to it in the description below and you can check that out. Otherwise, you can actually buy pre-made cornbread in the store, whichever way you prefer to do it. I made mine and let it sit for a day before I did this, so that way when I cut it up it's a little bit drier and it's a little bit more able to absorb the moisture that's going to be poured on top of it. So go ahead, when you have your cornbread, cut it into pieces where we're going to go for decent sized chunks of this, and just cut up all you have. Somewhere along the line you may want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees, because when this is all completely done, we're going to put it in the oven for anywhere from 18 to 20 minutes or so just to bake it off. But make sure that you do preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And go ahead and continue cutting up your cornbread until you have it all cut up. Now, if you don't choose to have as large a chunks of cornbread as what I'm doing, you can cut them smaller if you want to. It's your choice. This is just the way I want to do it, because some of this is going to break up when you go to mix it anyway, because the cornbread will break down slightly as you're doing it. Alright, we're going to get ready to add some seasoning to this. So once you're ready for that, we're going to go ahead, and the first thing that we are going to add to this is 2 tablespoons of sage, and then to that we're going to add 2 tablespoons of poultry seasoning. And then from there we are going to add 2 cloves of minced up garlic, which basically just chop it up as fine as you want to. And then from there we're going to add black pepper and then salt. Now when you add these, I was using about a half a teaspoon each. If you want to increase them, you're more than welcome to add 2. And then we are going to go ahead and cut up our celery, which I have 2 ribs of celery here. Basically you can cut these as small as you want them to be. Just remember, the smaller the cut, the faster it's going to cook when you put this in the oven. So it's probably just as well to keep these smaller cuts. Now once you get your celery cut up completely, go ahead and add it to the bowl, which you've already been adding your ingredients to. Now to this, we're going to take the butter and onion and pour into the top of it. And to that, we're going to add a cup and a half of chicken broth. Just pour it over the top, and then we're going to mix this completely through, so that way the chicken broth and all the other ingredients get completely mixed in, especially the seasoning, so that way everything isn't all in one place. When you go to put this in your pan, you're going to have it mixed through to where a lot of the seasoning is broken up, split up, and then the moisture has a chance to get into the cornbread. And once you get it completely finished, you're going to need a decently large dish to bake this in. And basically, you probably would like to spray it before you put this in, because I spray everything before I put anything in the oven just to make sure it doesn't stick to my pan. You never know, sometimes it will. If there's vegetables in this, it can stick. So that's why I always spray mine. And then once it's sprayed, I'm going to add this to my container that's going into the oven, which, if you haven't done this already, remember, preheat to 400 degrees. This is going to be in there, I'd give it at least 20 minutes. So go ahead and spoon everything into your sprayed bowl or glass dish or whatever you're using to cook in, and just make sure that everything is evenly distributed. And as you can see, I mean, I have a decent container that I'm cooking in, and this literally holds a lot. So this is enough for a full meal for several people. And make sure you scrape out everything that's in your bowl, because you want to get everything in here. We don't want to waste anything. And just make sure everything is spread out evenly. And then once it's done, we're going to go ahead and stick this into the oven to let it cook. And when it's done, it comes out looking something like this. And this is really great if you like this. You could use this as stuffing for inside a bird, or just dressing to cook on the outside. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out my cookbook, which is available on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide. Have a great day.